Welcome to the 2025 Psychoactive pre-event email here. Many of you will not read emails. We've learned over the years that we spend a ton of time putting information together and throwing them in an email and nobody reads it. Many of you will not even watch this either. But anyway, we're going to send out an email with a bunch of information. We're going to create this little video so you have all the information you need for the 2025 Psychoactive Last Runner Standing event. Coming up on September 20th. Super stoked for it. This thing sold out in early July. I think it was before the 4th of July. So we cannot wait. Thank you all so much for jumping on this party train again. So anyway, let's get into it. First things first, as you guys know, we're going to be we're going through this. So cheers. All right. Also, I've got my notes. I've got my laptop here. I got all my supplies. So let's get into all the information you guys need to make sure you're set up, prepped, ready to go, and ready to freaking absolutely rage party with us on September 20th. First things first, obviously you guys know our love and appreciation for our host venue and also our beneficiary, Blackberry Ridge Farm. Nick and Julia and Ben, the whole family is just obviously every year they're just graciously opening up their family farm to allow all of our psychos to go out there and literally raise hell all day. And so right off the bat, massive thanks to Blackberry Ridge Farm for hosting. We are super proud to name them the beneficiary again this year. If you saw, go back into our Instagram, we actually, Blackberry Ridge Farm also dedicated their native pollinator habitat to Human Power Movement and all the psychoactive runners. So we're going to get into donation laps. Many of you guys donated through registration. Know that as much support and financial support we can give to those guys, they're putting it to an incredible cause. The native pollinator habitat is something that is much needed. And we're super proud. I think we gave a check to $1,000 for them last year, which was awesome. They literally turned that into this native pollinator habitat, which you will run by multiple times on the route. We will get to the route in a second. But before we move on, support them. They've got local flowers, local produce, local honey, local CBD. When you're out there, support them, show your love. Super excited that they have allowed us to come back for year 4 of Psychoactive. So big shout out to those guys. Also, shout out to our sponsors. Everybody does this, everybody has sponsors, but this truly is what makes this event happen. There's a lot of work that goes into it. There's a lot of support from all these brands that goes into it too. So I want to make sure that you guys know who they are, how they're supporting, and obviously we hope that you support them as well. So Recover Brands, obviously all of our merchandise and apparel is 100% recycled through Recover Brands. Many of you know that's my full-time job, fully sustainable, fully environmental. It's just, there's literally no other product on the market that is as sustainable and as eco-minded and is, having such an impact in the environment through apparel. Textiles is as an industry, is a huge impact on the environment, and Recover is doing a great job of minimizing that and literally reversing that. This is 100% recycled. We don't have the participant shirts in yet. I literally got tracking the other day. Should be arriving soon. Cannot wait for you guys to see the Nerd Cluster inspired participant shirts. One note on that, if you guys, and some of you guys, we totally understand. Some of you may not want a loud, kind of super flamboyant and kind of noisy event shirt. Totally get that, not a problem. We sent out a questionnaire earlier and a bunch of people said, hey, I'd rather just a regular t-shirt. Totally fine. If you want to kind of opt for a regular Human Powered Movement t-shirt instead of the Nerd Cluster inspired button up, just email us, hpm@mjbratton.com. Just email us and let us know. We're happy to pull an HPM shirt for you instead of the Nerd Cluster inspired shirt. We're not going to judge you. We're pretty stoked on the Nerd Clusters, but if you want to opt down for that, totally fine. So just email us. Second sponsor, Sierra Nevada. We'll get into Sierra Nevada a little bit more, but these guys have been with us since day one, keeping us hydrated. We actually have a bunch of NA options as well. So Hop Splash is their hop water. We also have Trail Pass and a bunch of different varieties. So big shout out to Sierra Nevada. We will homebrew a beer for everybody. That's your DNF award. We've learned over the years that many of you guys keep your homebrewed beer bottle as a badge of honor. So we have a new batch coming up. I'm going to bottle it here in the next couple of days. It's got to sit in the bottle for 2 weeks to ferment the bottle. So super excited. It's actually using blackberries that we got from Blackberry Ridge Farm. So just another, doesn't get much more local than that. Black Coffee Roasting Company. Get into these guys in a second. Everybody, make sure when you check in, get a sample of these instant coffee instant sticks. We are also bringing back, of course, we got to bring back every 5 laps. We'll have a coffee lap. I'll go through that in a little bit. But this year we are doing exclusively the Human Powered Movement coffee. And this is the last of the remaining Human Powered Movement coffee. If you remember, after Hurricane Helene, we did a benefit bag of coffee with Black Coffee Roasting Company. All those funds went to Pisgah Sorba, which is Sorba is the Southern Off-Road Bike Association. Basically, all those funds went to rebuilding and reopening all the trails out in Western North Carolina. So you guys, I don't know if any of you guys bought the coffee, but 100% of those proceeds went out to support Hurricane Helene relief, and you guys are effing awesome. Also, we'll get into this, but distance prizes. Black Coffee Roasting Company is in on distance prizes too. So big shout out to Black Coffee Roasting Company. Hoka, we've been kind of talking with Hoka for a while. They've stepped up huge for us this year, and we cannot wait to bring some more Hoka action to it. And speaking of which, we haven't announced this yet, but everybody is also going to get a free gift from Hoka at check-in. This is not a prize. We'll get into prizes later, but everybody can pick from either a Hoka water bottle or a Hoka fanny pack at check-in. So pretty badass that every single person just for showing up is grabbing some cool stuff. Some instant coffee from Black Coffee Roasting Company. Literally a $50 shirt from Recover for the participant shirt. Gifts from Hoka. We got a homebrew beer. We got Sierra Nevada beer. Like, it is literally, again, I'm not sure how we're making any money on this thing. We'll make a few bucks, but we'll probably donate more to the farm, and that's totally fine. This event is all about community, all about support, all about environmentalism. So anyway, I'm rambling. Eco Tents, one of our sponsors, they've been providing shade for us with tents and all that stuff throughout the year. So big shout out to them. Also want to shout out, we got a couple content creators. So Wes Maxwell, many of you guys know Wes. He has been out at Human Power Movement events for years and years and years, literally since day one. He's going to be out snapping photos. And Ruben Felix is coming out as well, who anybody that's been in the Charlotte Run scene, they know Ruben. Both of those guys are incredible. We'll make sure we get all their photos up and accessible to all of you after the event. We highly encourage you, send them a virtual tip on Venmo or whatever it is. They're giving up their time, their skills, their effort, all that stuff to come out and kind of capture the event. So make sure you're showing them some love as well. So I think I got all the sponsors. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Next thing. So September 6th, we are going to have a farm work day and roadside cleanup. This is going to be at Blackberry Ridge Farm. It's going to be on Saturday. We're going to spend a couple hours doing some farm work, literally just dialing in the course. If you want a sneak peek of the course, that is your chance. We are going to change up the course a little bit. We're going to add a little bit more trail, a little bit more shade. We've got some new sections to kind of keep you guys excited. But September 6th, if you want to come out, there's an RSVP link on our website. You can go right to the Psychoactive event page. There's a spot on there that talks about the farm workday. We're also then going to clean up our Adopt a Highway. It's a stretch of highway that Human Power Movement has adopted. It literally runs on the border of Blackberry Ridge Farm. So we're going to do some farm work. We're going to do some roadside cleanup for our HPM's adopted highway. And then we're going to sit around the campfire and literally drink some beer and fire up some s'mores around the fire pit and just answer your questions about Psychoactive and just kind of hang out, just kind of share a little time outside, doing a little manual labor, and just, literally just building community. So September 6th, mark that on your calendar, RSVP if you are interested. All right. Next up, parking. So again, race is going to start at 8 o'clock. Parking, help us out on this. Again, this is their family farm. Parking is going to open at 7. Please do not show up before then. If you're kind of running early, there's plenty of space to kind of stage in the front area, but don't come rocking into the main like race headquarters area until 7 o'clock. We also have to get our volunteers in, prepped, ready to kind of capture everybody coming in. So just out of respect for the family, and also just as we're kind of getting ready for the event, please don't drive in until 7 o'clock. We've also learned over the years that space is limited, right? We're trying to get as many people in as possible. We still have a big, long wait list, trying to get as many people in as possible, but we do have space limitations, both from a parking standpoint, as well as just being able to fit that many bodies on that course. So parking at 7 o'clock. We're also this year going to have reserved tent locations. So if you guys have done it in previous years, you know that there's a big kind of like a perimeter of tents around the start finish area, like Race HQ. Those every year just continue to be more and more sought after and more in high demand. I think that's part of the reason why people are creeping in well before 7. They want to plant their flag and get their tent stakes or get their tent location. So what we're doing this year is we are going to release, I think there's 20 predetermined tent locations that you can reserve beforehand. You are not reserving a tent. You still need to bring your own tent, but you're reserving the space. We're kind of outlined 20 different spots. If you want to reserve one of those spots, again, we'll send the link out via email, but reserve your spot. It's literally spot 1, 2, 3. It's all assigned. And it's a $10 donation. Again, all of that is going straight to the farm. We're not trying to make any money on this thing, but we are trying to manage how much space we need and how much space we can kind of allocate to those tents. Other tents can be set up outside of that area for free. Just because you bring a tent doesn't mean you have to pay $10. But if you want to have one of those 20 spots closest to the race headquarters, then it's a $10 donation to the farm. First come, first serve. Stoke Squad members, you guys are getting first dibs on that. So another benefit of being a Stoke Squad member. All right, did I mess that up? I'm not sure. Anyway, where was I? Donation laps. Hopefully, I don't know if the GoPro just kind of messed up. But anyway, donation laps. We're going to release these donation laps as well via email. First come, first serve. Something we added this past year was super fun. $10 per lap. You can do as many as you want. You can do as few as you want. You don't have to do them at all. But all the proceeds go straight again to Blackberry Ridge Farm. So donation laps are, it's all listed online and you'll see it. But of course, everyone's favorite, run with a chicken. Run an entire loop with a chicken from Blackberry Ridge Farm. We recently just put up an Instagram post of literally one of our favorite photo sequences we've ever had at Human Power Movement, of a chicken getting loose during the run, and the guy kind of picked him up and kept running. But chicken lap, there are 12 of those available. First come, first serve. Next one is going to be a swim cap lap, which again doesn't make any damn sense, but we're having a blast with this one. Feel free to bring your own swim cap if you have one. If you need one, we do have a few of these left on our sustainable online store. So head to humanpowermovement.com, hit store, find the swim cap. We can get you going there. Again, limited quantity of those. You can bring your own swim cap if you need to. All 12 people that sign up for that are also going to win a prize. It's going to be headwear associated. So Human Power Movement hats, beanies. We're actually going to give away one of the Human Power Movement straw hats as well. So again, $10 to get in on that action. And first one back gets to kind of pick their prize first. Next is going to be the Hoka Fly Human Fly Lap. Again, they're stepped up big time again this year. I think there's going to be 10 of these available. Same thing, $10 donation goes straight to Blackberry Ridge Farm. If you are the first one back, you get to pick first. If you're the last one back, you get to pick what's last. We may actually have a few of these that are kind of hidden in brown bags. You don't know what it is. It's kind of a wild card. but we may have them all laid out. We haven't decided that yet. But anyway, Hoka Fly Human Fly Lap. I think that's going to be lap 7, maybe. Swim Cap Lap, I think, is lap 3. Next up after that, we're going to do, let me make sure I'm going through this here. Donation laps, chicken lap, swim cap lap. Oh, on the chicken lap, you pick your own lap, right? They only have so many chickens, so not all 12 people are doing it the same lap. You have to pick your own lap. They'll have the chicken coop kind of set up right by Race HQ. Go to the Blackberry Ridge Farm tent. Let them know that you want to do the chicken lap. Give them a little heads up, and they'll get you going. Next up, Sierra Nevada lap. So same thing here. Run a lap with beer. You can also do NA. Complete a lap with a beer. And you're walking away with Sierra Nevada swag. So a lot of cool stuff coming up in that one as well. And then last, but certainly not least, the Recover. That's going to be, Sierra Nevada lap is going to be lap 12, kind of going into the 12-pack theme here. And then lap 15 is going to be the Recover lap. So Recover, again, they're celebrating 15-year. We are celebrating 15-year anniversary this year. So 15 spots available to donate to that Recover lap. And there's 15 Recover prizes, some of which may be fancy new hats. This is what I wear all the time. Kind of crush it up. The bill pops back. This is perfect for camping, throwing the back of in the bottom of your pack. There's also going to be a bunch of, if you can see, it's actually a 15-year anniversary. I don't know if you can see that or not. This is the Sport Stretch. This is the same material as the shirt last year, but a couple of those. There'll be men's and women's, and then also everyone's favorite. This is going to be the same material as the participant shirt. So there's kind of a funky Hawaiian thing going here. This one's actually a pretty sweet. It's actually a bike chain. I don't know if you can see that, but 3 bike links. So anyway, so a couple of these. So 15 opportunity for 15 people to donate $10 to the farm, and then they get all kinds of Recover prizes. So I think I added it up somewhere around like all these donation laps. I think the total prizes is something like $2,500 or more. So pretty cool. So you get to have a little fun. You get to give a photo opportunity, wearing a swim cap or running with a chicken. You get to support the farm, and you get to win, a portion of over $2,500 in prizes. So not bad. So anyway, we're going to release all that stuff. First come, first serve, both on the tent reservations as well as donation laps. Stoke Squad members, you guys get first dibs. So thank you for being Stoke Squad members. All right, let's see what else. Check-in, we talked about that. Yeah, check-in. You get your bibs, your shirts, your instant sticks. You get your Hoka free gift. We're also going to have this backdrop here. So if you remember from last year, we had the backdrop. Feel free to get your bib, get a picture taken with your bib in front, before and after the race. We love it. Was so cool to see the before and after photos of everybody last year. So we'll have this set up. Make sure you get your photo. Also, so going back to kind of like arriving at HQ, if you've reserved a tent location, we'll have all those assigned. You can kind of set up in there. If you don't have one of those tents, you don't need to bring your tent either, but we actually, frankly, don't have room for everybody to bring a tent. But feel free to fill in wherever you want. Understand that, the clock doesn't stop. So if you need to go back to all your drop bag to get some stuff, totally fine, but you probably want to be somewhere close to Rage HQ. Again, we as event promoters, we all obviously reserve the right to kind of dictate, hey, you can or cannot set up there. So use your common sense. It's pretty basic, pretty straightforward. But obviously we need to make sure that people aren't blocking the route, the course, different flows of runners as we get into the event. So if there's any issues, we'll kind of work through that. At check-in, we're also, as many of you know, we've done this for years and years and years. We will be accepting all your old shirts that we will recycle with Recover. So if it's a cotton shirt, a polyester shirt, or a blend of those two, we can take all those back, literally break those down and recycle them and turn them back into new gear. So as we know, all runners have a boatload of extra shirts they don't need. Do not throw them in the landfill. Don't take them to Goodwill. Chances are they'll end up in the landfill. Bring them back. We'll get them recycled responsibly. So bring all of your old shirts back. Start pulling out of your shirt drawer and bring them to Psycho at check-in. Also, athletic shoes. We also work with Got Sneakers. and they recycle and repurpose athletic shoes. So if they're just like, heels or sandals or whatever, they don't take those back, but athletic shoes, bring all of those to us. We'll recycle them or get them repurposed through Got Sneakers. Same thing with old metals. If, some people like their old metals, totally fine. But if you're looking for a way to kind of get rid of that box of metals you have sitting in the back of your closet, bring them to us. We will recycle them with sport recycling metals or whatever it is. So, but we'll get them there and get them recycled. Event is cup free. We've talked about this in the past. All of our events are cup free for years. Bring a handheld, a hydration vest, whatever it is. If you need a cup, these are little speed cups. These are actually from our friends at Around the Crown, that they gave us all their extra ones. So if you need one of these, this is a $10 donation to the farm. You'll get one of these. So know and plan accordingly. We will not have cups out there at the course. If you get one of the distance prizes, you may pick up one of these. But we will not have single-use cups. Does not make sense. I've said this before. It makes 0% sense to use a cup for 3 seconds, throw it away, and it's in the landfills and in our waterways forever. That is just absolutely asinine, and it's just dumb as shit, and we're not going to do it. We are, as a community, way better than that. Now that I'm on my soapbox, we are also safety pin free. We will no longer be providing safety pins at check-in. We will no longer automatically be providing safety pins at check-in. We just got these fancy new bib boards. Many of you have seen these. Basically, just go in each 4 corner of your bib. We'll have these available for $10 if you want to pick it up at check-in. Also, as you know, if you've seen, the distance prizes includes a bib belt. So we'll give these out at a half marathon. So if you don't want to buy bib boards, or you don't want to, if you don't have one of these already, you can literally just, run your half marathon, get this as your first prize. Then you can pop your bib on there and rock and roll from there. We will have safety pins available at check-in. It's literally from a box that we bought years and years and years ago. We still have some. If you need safety pins and if you don't want to buy a bib belt, you can do a $5 donation to the farm. We'll give you 4 safety pins. So you can pay $1.25 per safety pin if you want, or pay $10 for one of these guys, or wait until you hit your half marathon and use that. So safety pins are also dumb as shit to use once and then throw it away. All right, try to get down off of my soapbox. It's a little tough for me. Next thing, course. Again, I kind of told you a little bit earlier. We rerouted the course. We will trying to find a little bit more shade. Obviously, last year was super hot, and the weather kind of got to some people, so we're trying to find a little more shade. We're also trying to change it up a little bit just to kind of give you guys another little cool view of the farm. We've been working out there for the past month or so, clearing some new stuff. So really excited about getting you guys out there again for this year. Okay, so pace chart, lap schedule, all that stuff. We're going to dial that in. I don't know exactly when we'll have it dialed in. We're getting super close. The 2024 lap schedule and pace chart is up online. We're looking at a 1.5 mile distance again this year. We kind of calculate elevation change and all that stuff into it too, but it'll probably look very similar to 2024. So again, the 2025 version is not live yet, but we're really, really close. We will keep you in the loop when that is live. So make sure you're keeping an eye on that. We'll also show what the distance prizes are, at what level, the coffee lap every 5 laps, we'll show that. But we'll make sure we get that up and out to you guys when that is ready. Let's see what else we got. Arguably, there's kind of 2 badass awards on top of bonus awards, on top of distance awards, all that kind of stuff. Of course, the Good Vibes Rock Psycho 2025. Actually, cool backstory here. Here's a little cliffhanger. I pulled this rock from Portland, Maine. Went up there and did a cool little adventure with everybody's buddy, Patch McGrady, and pulled this from Portland, Maine. I said, that's going to be a badass Good Vibes rock for Psychoactive. Also, I was up there because we got another short film coming that's super cool. So I'll leave that where it is. But Good Vibes Rock, if you haven't heard of it, has nothing to do with physical performance, has everything to do with the good vibes, positive energy that people bring to the table. So you could literally run one lap and finish dead last, and just be bringing the best vibes throughout the day. You could win the Good Vibes Rock and be enshrined in the Good Vibes Rock Hall of Fame. So that is obviously up for grabs. The winner, or the last runner standing, I'm super stoked for this. I literally just picked this up today from Abby Wing. If anybody knows Abby Wing, she's run in Psychoactive before. She's actually signed up this year. Show her some massive love. She's an incredible artist. So here we go. This is going to be, the winner is walking away with Psycho Sid. Psycho Sid here is pretty freaking badass. So hand painted. You can see that he's obviously wearing, he's got his bib boards on there too. He does not using safety pins because he actually gives a shit about our environment. Psycho Sid going to the winner. And actually, this was a surprise, but Abby actually got me a print as well. So she said, for the head enabler. So I've got my own version of Psycho Sid that I'm pretty stoked about. So Abby Wing, you're awesome. You're a badass. Cannot wait to have you out running again, and obviously getting your art to the Psychoactive World Champion for 2025. So super cool. Pretty stoked on that. So thank you again, Abby. Let's see, what else do I got here? Okay, aid station. We'll have an aid station. Of course, like I kind of showed it earlier, we are obviously going to have some nerd clusters. We'll have all the other basics too, right? So your pretzels, your chips, your, I'm a huge Sour Patch Kids fan. So I have some Sour Patch Kids. We will have water, we'll have Tailwind, we will have cola. I'm saying cola specifically because we will not have Coca-Cola, because Coca-Cola can go to shit. They rolled back all of their sustainability initiatives that they felt like, you know, they were just trying to do the lip service and said they're going to do a bunch of stuff, and they rolled all that back. So you, Coca-Cola, we're obviously not going to use them. We'll just use an off-brand. I literally have not had a Coca-Cola. I don't know. It's probably been years, but anyway, they can go to hell. They can stop polluting our environment, and we're not going to support them. Let's see. Icy Pops. We're definitely going to have an Icy Pop lap. That's kind of a spur of the moment thing, once probably midday. But we're obviously bringing the Icy Pop lap back, which is a fan favorite and huge morale booster. We're also going to have, this year we're going to have, Taco El Gordo is going to be, we're going to have a food truck out. So I think like maybe 12 to 4 or 5 or something like that. Food truck there, a Huntersville staple. Literally cannot find their menu or anything online, which I love. So they're just that badass that they just roll up and people swarm. So super stoked to have them out this year. Again, I think roughly like 12 to 4 or something like that. Go back to the aid station. We'll open that up about 10 o'clock, give or take, maybe a little bit before, a little bit after. So we're not gonna have the aid station open for the first hour or two. It's a super chill pace. There's no real need for us to kind of staff it and all that kind of stuff. So plan that accordingly. If you need something in the first few hours, make sure you're just self-sufficient, and then we'll get it going, and we'll have that running through basically the rest of the day. So quick heads up on that. We'll have a special lap. For many of you know, there's a run club group here that we are fond friends of, and so we're working through. We got a special lap coming up for everybody. So stay tuned to that. Let me see what else we got on my notes here. Hang on. Tiebreaker. So here's how it works. If you are in the running, keep in mind, if there's down to 2 people, or really kind of any number, but let's just say there's 2 people, there's 2 runners remaining. Both people have finished their last lap, and then both people go back out and neither of them finish, right? Basically, the tiebreaker would go back to who completed the previous lap the fastest. So once we get to, and that can happen with 3 runners, that can theoretically happen with 4 runners. If all 4 runners go out and nobody finishes before the time, then the tiebreaker will go back to which runner finished the previous lap first. So a couple nuances there. So if you're not interested in like going for the win, don't worry about it. But if you're really gunning for the win, understand those rules, because we've had some real close encounters the last couple years once we get down to the last 2. So make sure you understand that. I'll repeat that one more time. If there's a flat out winner, like 2 people go out and 1 person finishes before the time and 1 person does not, then that's a clear, that first person that finished, that's a clear winner. If both runners go out and nobody finished, sorry, I think the camera went off again. So reminder, the tiebreaker will go to the person that completes the previous lap the fastest. Again, the best way to make sure you're the winner is just keep going, keep finishing your lap in the time frame until nobody else completes that. But if we do get down to it, then the tiebreaker will go back to the previous lap. So hopefully that makes sense. We'll be making sure we let you know as the race is unfolding as well. So we'll be making sure we're shouting that out. All right, let's see if you have any questions. I know that's a lot of information, trying to keep this relatively clean and straightforward. A lot of different things going on, a lot of different aspects of this event. That's what makes this thing so badass, but there's a lot going on. So if you care and if you want to understand all the nuances and all that stuff, hopefully you're listening to this. Obviously, we'll send an email out that has links to all this kind of stuff as well. There is a ton of running resources on our Psychoactive page. There's an intro clinic. What is a last runner stand? Maybe this is your first time. I have no idea what this is. One of my friends told me about it, but I got no clue what this deal is. We did an intro clinic to basically explain what this race format is and what you need to know. We also have a journal. Same idea. If you prefer to read and kind of understand what a last runner standing event is, we've got that on the Psychoactive webpage as well. If you go through all this stuff and you still have some questions, again, there's a lot of nuances. Feel free to email us at hpm@mjbratton.com and we'll get back to you. Keep in mind, once we get within a few days and we're really gearing up for it, we have to focus on setting up the event. We cannot take a bunch of time answering questions of somebody that waited for the last minute to ask questions. It's just not fair to everyone else. We need to set up an event for everybody, not spend our time focusing on somebody that procrastinated and doesn't know what the hell's going on. Part of the responsibility is making sure you are aware of everything, you have the information you need. We do a ton of work to give you that information, but you have to consume it. It's kind of, leading you to the water, but you have to drink. So, yeah, like I said, hpm@mjbratton.com if you have questions. If you want to downgrade, or not downgrade, but if you don't want one of the Nerd Cluster inspired shirts, you want a more of a traditional shirt, email us there. Let's see. Yeah, hopefully we see a bunch of you guys on Saturday at the farm workday and roadside cleanup, s'mores, beer, fire pit, good vibes, all that kind of stuff. I think that's it. I don't know. Any questions from the back? Okay, great. So freaking stoked to have you guys out. This is year 4. This event has been an absolute blast each and every year. Clearly it's gotten some notoriety in the Charlotte running scene. And there's literally, honestly, people from literally all up and down the East Coast are coming out for this. So super stoked for it. September 20th. Cannot wait to see you guys. If you have any questions, let me know, and we'll see you guys soon. Cheers.